So why is it that he wants to get rid of the Constitution of the United States? That's a bit weird, right? Just a little bit. I guess we'll get into the fan art section before we look at how strange and weird that is. First one here is from Dean Warris Heck McCoppin. Did this on a whim. The quote is from Suris' most recent Crowder video. And now I look like a chicken. Yup. The next one we have here is from Rosie Goggles. I stopped watching political content for a couple months, then I come back to Suris begging his chat not to worship him. What the fuck did I miss? The entire Unblinking One saga. That one. The last one we have here is from Blaze Saver. He said, "What's wrong? Too much war words. Suris, shut up. Blaze, ... no." Apparently, I am trying to hit them with a hammer. Oof. As always, everybody, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it in the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, if you haven't subscribed already or hit the bell notification icon, do it. That said, let's go ahead and take a look at everything. So, we got some stuff to look at here. Former President Donald Trump called for the termination of the Constitution in order to overturn the 2020 election and reinstate him to power. That was about a week ago, in a continuation of his election denialism, and it's him pushing his fringe conspiracy theories, of course, but the quote here is, do you throw the presidential election results in 2022 out and declare the rightful winner, or do you have a new election? A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. Trump wrote that in a post on the social network Truth Social and accused Big Tech of working closely with Democrats. Our great founders did not want and would not condone false and fraudulent elections. Kitsune Cavalier, thank you for redeeming your points for an owl. Trump's post came after the release of internal Twitter emails showing deliberation in 2020 over a New York Post story about material found on Hunter Biden's laptop. Trump's post is malarkey. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. Okay, cool. Just real quick. Me and you, just let's get intimate real quick. Me, you, having a conversation. You know what's gonna ruin our conversation? Hunter Biden's laptop. We're just trying to have a meal, and I'm asking you what your greatest fear is because I want to get to know you better. And you look at me, and you start getting into a cold sweat, and Hunter Biden's laptop. That's your fear. That's your greatest fear. You know, I'm walking down the road right now, and I see this thing come out of the water asking me for $3.50. I think it's that gosh darn Loch Ness Monster again, but nope! Hunter Biden's laptop again! It's always Hunter Biden's laptop. Every time. No matter what we do, it's Hunter Biden's laptop. When you get a divorce, Hunter Biden's laptop. When you cut yourself in the balls because you decided to use your clippers today because you didn't want to use a razor like a real man. Hunter Biden's laptop! When you go to school and you trip on a rubber band because you decided to wear shoes that were really slippery, so any amount of extra friction was enough. Don't worry. That was Hunter Biden's laptop, too. Anywho, just wanted to let you know that Hunter Biden's laptop is literally the be-all, end-all for everything that's going on. White House spokesperson Andrew Bates said Saturday that Trump's remarks from anathema to the soul of our nation and should be universally their anathema to the soul of our nation should be universally condemned. Said you cannot only love America when you win, Bates said in a statement. The American Constitution is sacrosanct as a document and has been for over 200 years, and it's guaranteed the freedom and the rule of law to prevail in our country. The Constitution brings the American people together, regardless of party, and elected leaders swear to uphold it. It's the ultimate monument to all the Americans who have given their lives to defeat self-serving despots that abuse their power and trample on fundamental rights. Republican Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming, an outspoken Trump critic, denounced the former president's Truth Social statement on Sunday. Cheney, who serves as vice chair of the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol, tweeted that Trump's statement was his view on January 6th and remains his view today. She said no honest person can deny that Trump is an enemy of the Constitution. Cheney, who is leaving the House next month, has attempted to steer the GOP away from the former president's influence. Her public stance against Trump and her role on the January 6th committee likely led to her defeat in August in the primaries, though the Republican maverick has picked up a strong national following among moderate Democrats and Republicans alike. Employees on Twitter's legal policy and communications teams debated and at times disagreed over whether to restrict the article under the company's hacked materials policy. The debate took place weeks before the 2020 election when Joe Biden, Hunter Biden's father, was running against the then President Donald Trump. Trump announced his third presidential bid last month and is still widely considered the leader of the Republican Party. Party leaders had hoped that the former president would drop his election denialism rhetoric after lackluster results in the midterms. Earlier this week, Trump expressed support for the rioters behind the deadly January 6th attack, saying in a video played during a fundraiser that people have been treated unconstitutionally and, in his opinion, very, very unfairly, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. In a September interview, Trump said that he was financially supporting some January 6 defendants and promised he would issue pardons and a government apology to those being prosecuted if he were elected. He then came under fire for having dinner at his Mar-a-Lago resort with known white nationalist and Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes and rapper Ye West, who had recently made a slew of anti-Semitic remarks, which basically catches us up to stuff we've already covered on the channel so far. So I have to ask you a question. If the president of the United States, or former president who wants to be president again, is way too busy saying that the election definitely was stolen and blah, 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 getting angrier and angrier because he didn't get his way, then what do we call that? Do we call that a crying piss baby? Well, surely we do, but maybe there's another word for it. Maybe it's traitor? Maybe it's that one. Maybe that's the one. Maybe when somebody's in a position of power and the one thing they want to do is rewrite the Constitution in a country that, for one reason or another, values its Constitution over pretty much anything else, I'm pretty sure we would just call that, treason. But anyway, that's stuff Trump wants to do. So that's great. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. How do you think that's going to boil over? I know this is a short one, but I figure we'll have a little bit of brevity there for that. As always, everybody, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, insert a video tagline here.